Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be talking about Primarchs. Well, a certain Primarch, the most flamboyant Primarch of them all. Of course, it's your boy Fulgrim. Now this is all a theory. This is not fact or anything like that. It's basically all theory. It's just people talking about a certain thing that could possibly happen during the Psychic Awakening. So let's jump in and let's get started. Now, if you've been living under the rock for the past couple of weeks, you're probably not aware of the Psychic Awakening. It is the brand new big narrative event that is going to be coming from Games Workshop. Apparently, there's going to be mass releases. There's mass things happening to the storyline, really big game changers, everything like that. We've already seen Jane Zar come back, Drazar come back, new Incubi models, new Howling Banshee models that are going to be coming. The first book is not out yet, but the first book is titled Phoenix Rising. Of course, this is in reference to the Phoenix Lord, and the trailer that was released the other day had basically the main thing: a Phoenix will rise and a Phoenix will fall. But of course, this is us 40k fans. We are going to look in the opposite direction. A Phoenix will rise and a Phoenix will fall. Surely that doesn't mean anything to do with the Phoenix Lords like Jane Zar and stuff that they've already previewed. This has to do with none other than Fulgrim himself, a Primarch which could possibly come back in two different formats. And what I mean by that is that we have a good boy version of Fulgrim in the galaxy at the moment, and we have a bad boy version of Fulgrim in the galaxy at the moment. We have demonic Fulgrim, we have Fulgrim that was cloned and who knows what he did. This is all from the book Clone Lord of Fabius Bile. It's a great book, you should read it. It explains it a little bit more than I'm going to explain it in this video, but technically Fabius Bile went back to a planet that he was stationed on with the Emperor's children, and in there he found a perfect version of Clone Lord Fulgrim, and he took him back to raise him as Fulgrim. This Fulgrim had the memories of the previous Fulgrim, so he knew what he did to Ferrus Manus, he knew what he did and betrayed the Emperor, and all the bad things. He knew what happened, and basically this Fulgrim was like, I'm going to avenge this. This is how I was corrupted, etc, etc, etc. And I was like, oh boy, oh baby boy, Fulgrim, good Fulgrim back in the galaxy. This could be quite great, because Fulgrim was a good character until he embraced Slaanesh and went full bondage. He was really, really cool. He was like, a top-tier prime. Well, he still is a top-tier Primarch when it comes to combat and stuff. He slit Gilliman's throat. He could probably go toe-to-toe with the Khan and stuff. Of course, he's flamboyant and he's a bit sure of himself, let's say, in his demonic format. But I was like, okay, good boy Fulgrim could do some justice and bring justice back into the Imperium's name. But to cut a long story short, that never happened. He basically ended up in the collection of Trajan, the Necron Lord. So he basically owns a Primarch. Now, we all know this guy is basically like the 40k collector. He goes around collecting everything. He's got like massive orcs from back in the day. He's got like, I think it was the display from the Battle of Calth, like in the Underworld War. He's got like a bloody huge display of that, and all these things are living. They know they've been captured and stuff. So Fulgrim at the moment is currently in his collection, and he can't really do anything. Now, when it comes to bad boy Fulgrim, the naughty Fulgrim, the demonic Fulgrim, we haven't really had that much information about him. There was something in a codex. I'm trying to think which codex it was. I'm not sure if it was the main 8th edition codex or like a Chaos codex, where there was like a retracted guard statement that said there was a massive serpent-like figure roaming the planet, killing everyone, and they required help, but it was all like blanked out by like the Inquisition, and like so you couldn't really see all the information and like what they were really describing. So maybe that is hinting that Fulgrim is out and around in the galaxy doing his thing, going around taking worlds in the name of Slaanesh, because the Great Rift which has happened has of course split the galaxy in twain, and Chaos are like basically in their heyday now. They have so much potential to launch raids onto the Imperium and the surrounding galaxies of other empires and stuff like that, and I'm wondering if Fulgrim is actually a part of this, going out there killing, murdering, turning people into these skin weird things that, you know, Slanesh normally do. So what we could have now is maybe, let's just say, right, with the Great Rift being as dangerous as it is and unleashing onto the galaxy, chaos are rampaging in, you know, endless numbers, as we're all aware. The galaxy's split in twain. There's so much murder, death, despair. Maybe Trajan will look at this and say, right, okay, I have in my collection a very, very powerful weapon that could hinder chaos. I'm sure he has other powerful weapons in his collection, but let's just say for argument's sake that the weapon he chooses to unleash is Fulgrim. Let's just say that he sees the potential of a Primarch's power and what a Primarch can do, not only in battle, but when it comes to inspiring people. Because that's one of the things that happened in the actual book, is that with Fulgrim and his presence, this is good boy Fulgrim, by the way, once people started to see who he was, people started to change to him. Like, there were some Emperor's Children in there that were like really, really like bizarrely very bad people. And once they saw Fulgrim, they were like, oh my god, I have to bow to this guy. It's Fulgrim, it's our lord, it's Fulgrim in his beautiful pre-chaotic form. It was Primarchs are so inspirational and stuff. So not only could he make a difference, you know, on the battlefield, he could also make a difference in the hearts of the Imperium as well. Now, of course, we're not here for that sloppy stuff. We're here for what we would call this as Fulgrim Bowl. You know, Clegane Bowl was nothing compared to this. Just imagine for a second. Just close your eyes and think of this. Good boy clone Fulgrim fighting Snake boy bad boy Fulgrim. How awesome would that be? These two are both the same character, technically. They're both the same person. And now it's kind of like a personality clash of like completely lost and, you know, insane demonic versus, you know, enlightened and, you know, full of regret and retribution Fulgrim going at each other. They are basically the same power level because they are the same person. They are made Primarchs. They are made from the same energies. What would technically happen if you killed the original Fulgrim? You know, that's probably another video for another day. You probably can get lost in, you know, all the ifs, whats and buts and stuff like that. But if the battle did happen, I think it would be absolutely epic. Of course, I have no idea who would win because they are both more or less the same power. You could argue that maybe Bad Boy Snake Boy Fulgrim, the demonic Primarch Fulgrim, has a bit more power since he's bonded to Chaos. But you can also make the argument, since that he is bonded to Chaos, that he's more weaker because, you know, this guy is not controlled by anyone, whereas the demonic Fulgrim, Bad Boy Snake Boy, has certain rules to follow because he's attached to the warp now. I really do think it would make for an awesome storyline seeing this, because we all know and we all love Fulgrim. I think everyone has a soft spot in the fall for Fulgrim. Well, the original stuff where, you know, more or less he was, I wouldn't say tricked, but he was influenced to kill Ferrus, and, you know, he basically lost himself. It's like, take me away, I can't believe what I've done. I felt really bad for the guy. I was like, oh god, you know, he killed probably the only brother that he ever really truly loved, like he had really a lot of love for, and, you know, these guys shared a bond, and it was pretty crappy when that happened. And to see his storyline descend into where it descended into, of like, you know, Slanesh, chaotic demons, all that kind of stuff, it was really the biggest fall from grace you could probably ever witness with a Primarch. And if this did happen, again, if it did happen, if is the massive word here, of course the models would be completely amazing. You could probably have two Fulgrim models. You could have Good Boy Fulgrim and you could have Demonic Snake Boy Fulgrim. I know there is a lot of Slanesh fans out there that want Slanesh stuff when it comes to Chaos. There's also a lot of Khorne fans out there that want, you know, their love for their gods. I think that you will be getting it at some point in time. I have no idea when, but just like what the Space Marines got with, like, you know, their supplements, I think GW's got to go down that direction, and I think they will give you the Slanesh stuff, the Khorne stuff, more Death Guard, Zinch stuff, all the stuff that we expect from the Chaos gods. I do think we'll get it in the end. Now, of course, as I've stated throughout this video, this is a theory. Do I believe this will happen? No, I do not believe it will happen, but it makes for a great talking point. Technically, it could happen. Do I think it's going to happen during this whole thing? No, I do not. The Phoenix Rising, I personally think, is 100% directed to the Eldar themselves. How much of a slap in the face would it be to the Eldar player base that all this momentum building up, you know, Jane Zar getting a new model, Drazar getting a new model, the Incubi, the Howling Banshees, all these models that are going to be coming out, a whole book titled Phoenix Rising dedicated to what we think at this time is the Eldar, all of that to be turned on its head, and it comes out as like a Primark release. I would guarantee right now the Eldar and the Xenos community would riot. They would riot so much, I wouldn't be surprised if they birthed a new bloody Chaos God. Alright, Chaperonios, that is me done for another video. Thank you for joining me as we jumped headfirst down the rabbit hole into the abyss of theories. I love making videos like this. It's just awesome talking points to talk about. And of course, anything Primark related, I am on faster than a pair of pants. So yes, let's just keep on discussing it. What do you guys think would happen if Fulgrim, good boy Fulgrim, fought bad boy Fulgrim? Would you think good boy Fulgrim would beat bad boy Fulgrim? There's so many Fulgrim puns here and stuff like that you could bloody make. And of course, what do you think about the whole Phoenix Rising? Who do you think will actually fall, if there is going to be fallen? This is the thing when it comes to, like, you know, a Phoenix will fall and a Phoenix will rise. We all deep down know that nobody's going to die because these are new models, and GW will not make a new model just for that person to die straight away. So what could it mean that a Phoenix will fall? Do you mean like a Phoenix is going to like go down like a dark path? Again, I don't think anyone's going to die because it just wouldn't make sense business-wise to GW. Right, that is enough rambling for me for one video. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Thoughts and feedbacks down below, and we'll carry on the discussion down there. See you now, everyone, and bye-bye.